Ladies and gentlemen, we live in an age where the digital sphere tempts us to share every facet of our lives. Social media, smartphones, and constant connectivity create an illusion that the more we share, the more validated we'll feel. But there's wisdom, ancient wisdom, in keeping certain parts of your life private. Privacy isn't just a protective measure. It's a way to maintain integrity, focus, and self-respect in a world that often rewards superficiality over substance. Let me share with you 7 things you should keep private if you want to preserve your sanity and thrive in this fast-pacing, hyper-connected world. Number 1, when it comes to your personal goals and aspirations, discretion is not just advisable, it's essential. Sharing your ambitions too freely can expose you to a range of unnecessary pressures that could compromise your ability to succeed. While it might feel gratifying to announce your plans or dreams, doing so often invites unintended consequences that can derail your progress. Understand that not everyone will share your vision or enthusiasm. Some may openly criticize your goals, not because they are inherently flawed, but because those individuals project their own fears, limitations, or insecurities onto you. Their skepticism, even if unspoken, can create doubt in your mind. This doubt can undermine the conviction you need to stay committed, especially when challenges arise. By keeping your goals private, you shield yourself from these external influences, allowing your focus to remain intact. Now, publicizing your ambitions can lead to a premature sense of accomplishment. Psychologists have observed that discussing your goals openly can create a false sense of progress. The validation and encouragement you receive from others may feel rewarding in the short term, but it can sap the motivation needed to put in the hard work over the long haul. You risk substituting action with talk, and as a result, the gap between your intentions and your achievements may widen. There's also the risk of added pressure when others are aware of your plans. When you announce a goal, people naturally become curious about your progress. You may find yourself fielding questions or dealing with unsolicited advice from well-meaning acquaintances. This can add an unnecessary layer of stress, making you feel as though your journey is under constant scrutiny. In this environment, setbacks, inevitable in any meaningful pursuit, may feel amplified and more discouraging than they need to be. On the other hand, provides a space for you to grow and experiment without fear of judgment or interference. It allows you to refine your plans, make mistakes, and course correct in solitude. This quiet, focused environment fosters resilience because your progress is not tied to external validation. You're free to take risks, fail, and try again without the fear of others' opinions coloring your perspective. When you work in silence, your accomplishments gain more authenticity and weight. Instead of spending energy convincing others of your capabilities or intentions, you direct that energy toward concrete actions. And when you do succeed, the results are undeniable. They speak for themselves. And the recognition you receive will be rooted in genuine admiration rather than a fleeting moment of social approval. Keeping your goals private cultivates self-reliance. You learn to rely on your internal drive and discipline rather than external encouragement. This independence is crucial because the pursuit of meaningful goals is rarely smooth or straightforward. When you can draw strength from within, you build the resilience needed to navigate challenges and setbacks. In a world that often equates visibility with value, choosing to keep your goals private is an act of quiet defiance. It's a way of reminding yourself that your ambitions are yours alone, and that their fulfillment does not require anyone's approval but your own. Family matters and intimate relationships are among the most sacred aspects of our lives, and their significance lies in the trust and emotional connection they foster. However, in an era where oversharing is normalized, it's increasingly important to safeguard the privacy of these relationships. The temptation to discuss personal dynamics or broadcast milestones often comes from a desire for validation or advice, but the potential consequences can be damaging. Preserving the sanctity of these bonds requires discretion and intentionality. When you share private details about your family or intimate relationships with others, you risk inviting unsolicited opinions or judgments that may not align with your values or the nuances of your situation. Relationships are deeply personal, and outsiders rarely understand the complexities of what happens behind closed doors. Their feedback, even if well-meaning, can lead to confusion, resentment, or unnecessary conflict. Instead of finding clarity, you may inadvertently create tension within the relationship by allowing external voices to influence your thoughts and decisions. Now, sharing grievances or private moments publicly can erode the trust between you and your loved ones. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and it thrives on a sense of safety and mutual respect. When a partner or family member feels that their vulnerabilities or private actions might be exposed to others, they may hesitate to share openly with you in the future. This can lead to emotional distance as the fear of judgment or betrayal replaces the comfort of genuine connection. Sharing positive milestones such as anniversaries, achievements, or celebrations can also have unintended consequences. While it's natural to want to share joy with others, broadcasting these moments can sometimes shift the focus from genuine appreciation to external validation. Instead of cherishing the experience for what it is, you may find yourself caught up in how others perceive it. This can dilute the emotional depth of the moment, reducing it to something performative rather than meaningful. Privacy in relationships provides a necessary boundary that protects your emotional well-being. Not every detail needs to be shared or dissected, especially during challenging times. Relationships often involve periods of struggle, misunderstanding, or growth, and working through these moments privately allows for honest communication and resolution without the pressure of external opinions. The absence of public scrutiny creates a safe space where both parties can express themselves freely and work together to rebuild trust or understanding. Keeping family matters private also extends to respecting the boundaries and dignity of your loved ones. Sharing their personal experiences or struggles without their consent can feel like a betrayal, even if it's done with good intentions. Each person deserves the right to control their narrative and decide what aspects of their lives they wish to share. By honoring this, you demonstrate respect for their autonomy and strengthen your bond. The decision to keep family and relationship matters private is an act of preservation. It allows these bonds to grow in an environment free from external noise, where trust and love can flourish. In a world that often prizes visibility over depth, choosing privacy is a powerful way to honor the relationships that matter most. Your financial status and plans are among the most sensitive aspects of your personal life and should be guarded with care. In an increasingly connected world, where people often feel compelled to share details about their income, spending habits, or investments, it's critical to recognize the risks of such openness. Financial privacy not only protects your security, but also shields you from unnecessary judgment, envy, and manipulation. When you share details about your financial situation, you expose yourself to potential vulnerabilities. Discussions about income or savings can attract unwanted attention from individuals who may seek to exploit your resources. Whether it's through fraudulent schemes, requests for loans, or subtle forms of manipulation, disclosing your financial standing can make you a target. This applies not only to strangers, but also to acquaintances or even friends who might see an opportunity to benefit from your perceived wealth. Protecting your financial information is a way to ensure your resources remain under your control. In more ways than one, this action has contributed significantly to the growth of my wealth by helping me understand. Talking openly about your financial achievements can invite envy or resentment, even from those you consider close. Money is a sensitive topic that often triggers deep emotional responses in others. When you discuss your salary, investments, or purchases, It can unintentionally create feelings of inadequacy or competition in those around you. This can strain relationships, as people may begin to perceive you differently, not because you've changed, but because they now view you through the lens of your financial status. Maintaining discretion helps preserve harmony and ensures that your relationships are based on genuine connection rather than material comparisons. Publicizing financial plans, such as future investments or purchases, also brings unnecessary pressure and scrutiny. People may offer unsolicited advice, critique your decisions, or even attempt to dissuade you based on their own biases or experiences. While advice can sometimes be valuable, it's often best sought from trusted professionals or individuals who fully understand your unique circumstances. By keeping your financial intentions private, you retain the freedom to act on your goals without the added weight of external opinions or expectations. Privacy around finances also cultivates humility and fosters a healthier perspective on wealth. Constantly talking about your financial success can lead to an overemphasis on material achievements, both for yourself and those around you. This can shift your focus away from more meaningful pursuits, such as personal growth, relationships, or contributing to your community. By staying discreet, you remind yourself and others that financial success is only one aspect of a well-rounded and fulfilling life. Keeping financial matters private helps you avoid falling into the trap of social comparison. When people know about your financial standing, they may begin to measure themselves against you, leading to feelings of inferiority or superiority that serve no constructive purpose. These comparisons can distort your sense of self-worth and detract from the real value of your financial achievements, which should be about providing stability, security, and opportunities for yourself and your loved ones. Financial privacy is about empowerment. It allows you to manage your resources on your own terms, free from external influences or pressures. By protecting this aspect of your life, you safeguard not only your financial well-being, but also your peace of mind and the integrity of your relationships. Acts of kindness and generosity are deeply personal expressions of humanity. But in an age of digital visibility and social media, the temptation to publicize them has become increasingly common. While sharing such actions may seem harmless or even noble, it's important to reflect on why true generosity thrives in privacy and why the act itself, rather than the recognition it garners, holds the most value. When you perform an act of kindness, the primary goal should be to make a genuine, positive impact, not to seek applause or external validation. Publicizing these deeds, especially in a performative way, can shift the focus from the person or cause you are helping to your own image. This diminishes the sincerity of the gesture and risks turning what should be an altruistic act into an act of self-promotion. The essence of generosity lies in its selflessness, and by keeping your good deeds private, you ensure that your intentions remain pure and untainted by the need for recognition. Publicizing acts of kindness can create unintended consequences for those on the receiving end. Imagine someone who's in a vulnerable position. Perhaps they're experiencing financial hardship or a personal struggle. Broadcasting your act of generosity might inadvertently expose their challenges to a wider audience, which can lead to embarrassment, shame, or a sense of being reduced to a symbol of pity. True kindness respects the dignity and privacy of others, ensuring that the act is about uplifting them rather than highlighting their struggles for public consumption. Another reason to keep your acts of kindness private is that it fosters a sense of humility and perspective. When you give without expecting anything in return, not even acknowledgement, you cultivate a deeper understanding of the act itself. You begin to recognize that kindness is not about being seen, but about doing what's right, regardless of whether anyone notices. This quiet approach to generosity also reinforces your inner sense of values and purpose, strengthening your character in ways that public praise cannot. Privacy in giving helps you avoid the pitfalls of comparison and competition. In a world where people often broadcast their charitable actions, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your generosity against that of others. This creates a distorted view of kindness, where the emphasis shifts from the impact of the action to its visibility or scale. Keeping your deeds private allows you to focus on what truly matters, the difference you're making, no matter how small or unseen. It's also worth noting that private acts of kindness often have a ripple effect. When people witness genuine generosity done quietly, they are more likely to be inspired by its authenticity. This quiet influence can encourage others to act with similar intentions, creating a culture of selfless giving that doesn't rely on recognition or public acknowledgement. Keeping your acts of kindness private honors the true spirit of generosity. It ensures that your focus remains on the act itself and the impact it has, rather than on how it reflects on you. In a world that often values visibility over substance, choosing to give quietly is a profound statement of integrity and compassion. It reminds us that the greatest acts of kindness often happen in the shadows, where their light can shine brightest. Sharing your struggles and vulnerabilities can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, opening up to the right people can lead to support, understanding, and growth. On the other hand, making your inner battles public, especially in environments where not everyone has your best interests at heart, can expose you to unnecessary judgment, misunderstanding, and emotional harm. Keeping your struggles private or sharing them selectively with trusted confidants is an essential act of self-preservation and emotional intelligence. When you share your vulnerabilities openly, you risk being misunderstood or misjudged. Struggles are deeply personal, and only those who have the context, empathy, and insight to understand them can offer meaningful support. In public or social settings, your challenges may be trivialized or misinterpreted by individuals who lack the capacity to grasp their depth. This can leave you feeling invalidated or even more isolated than before, compounding the difficulty of your situation. Publicizing your struggles can make you vulnerable to criticism or exploitation. Not everyone will approach your openness with kindness or goodwill. Some may see your honesty as a weakness, using it as an opportunity to undermine you or manipulate your situation for their own gain. This is particularly true in competitive environments, where exposing your vulnerabilities can shift power dynamics in ways that don't serve your best interests. By keeping your struggles private, you protect yourself from those who might exploit your openness rather than support you. Another challenge of sharing struggles publicly is the risk of becoming defined by them. When you repeatedly speak about your challenges in public spaces, people may begin to see you solely through the lens of those difficulties, overlooking your strengths, achievements, and growth. This can lead to a narrow and limiting perception of your identity, both in the eyes of others and potentially in your own. Privacy allows you to work through your struggles without being labeled or reduced by them, giving you the freedom to evolve beyond them. Privacy also fosters a space for genuine introspection and healing. Working through struggles often requires time, solitude, and a safe environment where you can process your emotions and experiences without external interference. When your struggles are kept private, you can reflect on them more deeply and honestly, free from the noise of outside opinions. This internal work is often where true resilience and personal growth are born. While privacy is crucial, it's equally important to recognize the value of seeking help from trusted individuals. Keeping struggles private doesn't mean bottling them up or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it means being selective about whom you share them with. Confiding in close friends, family members, or professionals ensures that you receive the support you need from people who genuinely care about your well-being and have the capacity to help. Keeping your struggles private is about maintaining control over your narrative. It allows you to decide when, how, and with whom to share your experiences, ensuring that your vulnerabilities are met with the respect and care they deserve. In a world where oversharing is often mistaken for authenticity, choosing discretion is an act of strength and self-respect. It empowers you to navigate your challenges with dignity and resilience, emerging stronger on the other side. Your beliefs and values are some of the most defining aspects of who you are. They shape your decisions, guide your actions, and reflect your deepest convictions. However, sharing these beliefs publicly, especially in an era dominated by online discourse and polarized opinions, can often do more harm than good. And if you don't know this, you are right now the last moment to start discovering the truth. Keeping your beliefs private or sharing them selectively and thoughtfully allows you to preserve their integrity while protecting yourself from unnecessary conflict, judgment, or misunderstanding. Beliefs are deeply personal, often rooted in a lifetime of experiences, education, and introspection. When shared indiscriminately, they can be subject to scrutiny or misinterpretation by people who may not share the same context or understanding. In public forums, it's easy for nuanced beliefs to be reduced to sound bites or oversimplifications, leaving them vulnerable to criticism that may not reflect their true depth or intent. By keeping your beliefs private, you safeguard them from being distorted or taken out of context. Not everyone engages in discussions about beliefs with respect or curiosity. Some individuals approach such conversations with a confrontational or dismissive mindset, eager to challenge or discredit perspectives that differ from their own. This can lead to unnecessary arguments, stress, or even damage to relationships. Protecting your beliefs from these types of interactions allows you to avoid the emotional toll that often accompanies such exchanges, preserving your peace of mind and focus. Sharing your beliefs publicly can also expose you to unintended social consequences. In today's world, where opinions can be amplified and dissected instantly, even well-meaning statements can be misinterpreted or taken out of proportion. This can result in alienation, criticism, or even hostility, particularly in environments where diversity of thought is not welcome. Keeping your beliefs private helps you navigate these dynamics more effectively, ensuring that your values remain a source of strength rather than contention. Privacy around beliefs also fosters personal growth. When you refrain from broadcasting your convictions, you create space to reflect on them more deeply. This allows you to explore, question, and refine your ideas without feeling the need to defend them to others. True wisdom comes from the ability to hold your beliefs with both conviction and humility, recognizing that growth often requires a willingness to listen, learn, and adapt. Privacy provides the environment needed for this process to unfold naturally. By living out your beliefs through your actions rather than your words, you demonstrate their authenticity and power. People are often more influenced by what you do than by what you say. Quietly embodying your values in your daily life can inspire others far more effectively than loudly proclaiming them. Actions speak louder than words, and when your deeds align with your principles, they carry a sincerity that is difficult to ignore. Keeping your beliefs private ensures that they remain yours alone. In a world where social validation often pressures individuals to conform or adjust their views for acceptance, privacy helps you maintain autonomy over your convictions. Your beliefs should be a reflection of your innermost truths, not a response to external expectations or trends. Choosing to keep your beliefs private is not about hiding who you are, it's about protecting the sanctity of what you hold dear. It allows you to live with integrity, focus on meaningful action, and grow in wisdom without being distracted by unnecessary conflict or judgment. It's a quiet yet powerful way to honor the values that define you. In a world increasingly defined by oversharing and external validation, the power of privacy cannot be overstated. Keeping certain aspects of your life, your goals, relationships, finances, acts of kindness, struggles, beliefs, and other personal matters, private is not an act of secrecy, but a profound gesture of self-respect and wisdom. It allows you to preserve your focus, protect your peace, and navigate life with integrity and purpose. Privacy provides the space for genuine growth, free from the noise of external judgment or interference. It safeguards your personal connections, ensures your actions are guided by authenticity rather than performance, and empowers you to work on your challenges without fear of being reduced to them. By choosing discretion, you take control of your narrative, honoring the sacred aspects of your life and shielding them from unnecessary exposure. In this age of constant visibility, the ability to hold parts of your life close is a quiet rebellion against superficiality. It's a reminder that not everything valuable needs to be seen or validated by the world. True strength lies in knowing what to share, when to share it, and with whom. Ultimately, the most meaningful parts of your life flourish not in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments of intentional care and quiet resolve.